Hey lovelies, welcome to today's video, which is going to be a very quick unboxing for Sector Imperialis Ruins for Warhammer 40,000. You get this great artwork on the front, photograph of completed ruins on a tabletop terrain, and then on the back you just see the items as well as a miniature from 40k. So let's open this up. So straight away we get our destructions, and yeah, fairly simple in all honesty. Essentially that's what they're going to look like. I like the fact that some of these are T pieces rather than the standard L piece terrain that you get. I'm hoping that I might be able to make more T pieces. Yeah, so I mean, fairly simple destructions there, not a lot going on. Couple of little crenellation pillar caps there. Yeah, let's have a look at the sprues. So it comes in this small box, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 the same. Two sprues, 2 of each, and that's what we've got. Now personally, I prefer the old Cities of Death sprues over these. I much prefer the flexibility that the Cities of Death sprues gave us, but you know, these aren't bad for what they are. I'm just having a look to see. I don't think they're going to be compatible with the other terrain pieces that we have received in things like Imperium magazine. Find, let me see if I can find the terrain that I want. Give me a sec. Here we go. Right, so there's that. And let's grab some of the other terrain pieces from the Hivestorm box set as well. So here we go. This is essentially our stuff that we've had from Imperium. It was also terrain that was included in things like the Command Edition, and it kind of looks. It's similar in that you've got these like octagonal pillars, but the windows are different. So you can see the windows there and there are different. Do apologise. So the windows are different. You can see that they're different. No doors on these, shame. I mean, they've still got things like the vents, so these should marry up with the pipes that they used to sell. Again, I think you got a set of pipes with the Command sprue. I know we got pipe works, sets of pipes with Imperium magazine. which they don't fit, but they marry up same height to these, so you can have them up, and then on the inside you can actually put a pipe into you can actually put a pipe into that, like so. So you couldn't fit them on the outside, but on the inside you could push them into that, and I'm assuming we can do the same here. And yeah, I mean, it's not secure, but they do slot into that, but obviously don't marry up there. So that's that. I mean, I might put this on a piece of 3mm MDF, cut a bit of 3mm MDF and just use this as a ruined building with that footprint. So these are the two sprues. These are the two sprues. And yeah, it's a sculpt date of 2018 according to the sprue. We have these little internal braces by the look of it, and there's loads of these pillars, like they join up together. They got little tabs on them and little slots. Yeah, I mean, this is a kit I've not used before, so I'm looking forward to getting it out and built. They obviously go together there, like so. I'd be slightly more interested in trying to get some different layouts with regards to the way that these go together, because to be quite honest, although I do enjoy the other terrain that we've got, it is very much two pieces, you know, it's two large pieces like that with a floor, and then just two small L-shaped pieces when you buy this as a set or get this as a set. With regards to the underhive terrain, this is what that looks like. This is more industrial looking than this stuff. This stuff, I think, to be honest, this stuff kind of reminds me, it says in Sector Imperialis, this reminds me of like administratum buildings, these sprues. This reminds me of kind of industrial. So these are the underhive sprues. They do remind me of industrial terrain more than anything else. But yeah, that's that stuff. That is those bits. We'll get these clipped out and we'll get them built. Just notice that there's some lamps here as well. So I'm assuming that these can be stuck onto bits and pieces. So tiny little lamp there on its own. Which, I'm not being funny, you could just like cut those out and save them and use them as flashing beacons or something. You could even use them as like on their own like that. They could make lights for a landing pad. Looks like you get 6. There's another one there, so you get 2 of each sprue, which will give you 6 in total. But there you go. Right, come back in a second, we'll get a couple built. Hey lovelies, should we build some ruins? As always, it's the preparation that takes forever. with this sort of thing. So you're left with these four main wall parts, the halves for the pillars, and then these smaller wall parts, and these are the two different smaller ones. Those there. Now you also have some pillar toppers, which are, I'm assuming, are just for scatter terrain, and then you have these little lamps, which I think are great. I love these. They can be used for a number of different things, I should think. Now then, what are we going to do? First thing we're going to do, actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. First thing we'll do is we'll build up the little bits, the scatter terrain bits. And what I want to emphasize is that if you get more than one set of this, means you'll have duplicates of things. And the good thing is that if you have one set and you build it one way, then these parts actually can be built in the opposite way as well. So it gives you a little bit of variation. You're not really going to notice much, but you can build a little bit of variation into the terrain that you have. So with this, literally that's it. So there's one. Here's the other one. And again, this is Wargames terrain. We're going to be handling it quite a bit, so I have absolutely no problem with loading it up with glue. Now, these wall parts are kind of end pieces. And again, you have different end caps, so you can put different end pieces on these things. And there's not too much, you're not going to notice that too much. They still go together fairly well. There's just a tiny little gap here, but you can just add in a little bit of filler. And, you know, it's not going to be that noticeable. So there you go. Now, also with these bits as well, again, you can pop these on. So you've got one there, and then the other type is that one. And again, you can pop these on. There's not that much difference between the pair of them. So essentially all these bits are just going to get built up. Like so. And yeah, like I say, I'm putting the glue on because they're ruins. They're going to get handled a lot. Like I said, I've said previously, it's not like they're scale models where you'll build it and then it'll be potentially displayed. As a wargaming piece, this is going to get picked up. People are going to be putting stuff on it. It's going to get knocked over. It's going to get dropped by accident. So yeah, I tend to, with my wargaming bits and pieces, come in a bit heavy with the glue. So I'm just having a look to see if I've used a particular type already on this piece. So that I don't. And this goes together really easily. I mean, you know, there's no awkward parts here. And then the final few bits. Okay. And the final piece. I do apologise if you can hear kids and that outside. It's springtime. It's a nice day outside, so people are out, kids are playing. Now, we have obviously the ability to join these together in varying lengths, and then to, for example, using internal bracers, do different things. Like so, or for example, using one like that, and then another piece, and I am literally just throwing this together at the moment to see what it comes out like. I think this would be where additional columns would perhaps be better. I think we'll go with that, and then one like that, one like that, and one like that. So I'm going to have quite a large piece there. Now I've got a bit of 3mm MDF that I just want to test this out on, so that's going to be a bit too long. So what I want to do is, using the MDF as a template, kind of build the ruins around it. So go there, and then I think one in the opposite corner. That can go like so. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Right. Bingo. Roughly mapped out how I want to do this. So if I just take you off the mounting, and this is what I'm looking at. So the ruins are going to potentially look a bit like that. I think that will be how I play it. So all we need to do now is just glue this stuff together. Again, using plenty of glue here to glue these things up. And on the straight pieces, I am kind of eyeballing to make sure that they're straight. And oops, that didn't go well. Right, let's try that again. Now that can go against there, like that, and then so using a right angle here, let's just get this aligned there and there, like so, and then bingo, that's that. So yeah, these will go into a terrain piece, which will have a clearly defined baseboard. And we'll do another video for the building of the terrain piece. So next ruined piece, then this ruined piece is, let's just push that way slightly. Like so, I can push that up a bit. And this one is going to be another right angle. I may very well get another set of these. So just checking the right angle on that. Cool. So that's that one done, and then the final bits are these three items, and these are going to form a U. So one, and two. Just eyeballing that, make sure it's straight. And there you go. That's it. It's really simple ruins. So if we just play around with these a little bit, pop that there, pop that one there, this one down here, for example, and then this larger one into, oops, don't break. get it leveled off, and then if I show you again, the ruin will kind of look like that, and we'll infill it with stuff. So there, hope you enjoyed that. These are really, like I said, they're really simple ruins to do, and we'll do a build for putting this into a terrain piece. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.